Welcome on in, trainers. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you everything you need to know about what's happening in Pokemon Go this week. Starting with the Lunar New Year event, which ends this Sunday at 8 p.m. Get as many friend interactions in as well as trades, because the bonus for this is an increased chance for lucky trades and an increased chance to go lucky friends. If you don't know what lucky Pokemon are, they come from trades only and they cost less Stardust and candies to power up. Plus they have this really cool looking gold background. Next up is the Gigantamax Kingler event happening this Saturday, February 1st from 2 to 5 p.m. Now you can check out the previous video for all the information about the Lunar New Year event and Gigantamax Kingler. There will be a link in the description down below, but here are the best Gigantamax Kingler counters. Now this is a very good one to go after, especially if you missed Gigantamax Blastoise, and if you need a few more to fill out your roster, here are the next top counters. And if you're fulfilling the role of the tank on the team, here are the top Tankymons you can use to take all those hits and save the rest of your friends. All right, let's jump into the new events here, starting with the Small But Strong event. This is running from February 5th to the 8th. This is the debut of Shiny Nimble and Low Kicks in Pokemon Go. Now in terms of bonuses, we are going to have 2x catch XP and an increased chance to encounter extra small and extra large Pokemon. There will be showcases for this event, so you can grab those extra larges, throw them in some showcases, and hopefully work on that showcase medal. Remember, you do get a pose and a PhD Pikachu from completing that medal to the gold and then the platinum ones respectively. Now there is going to be field research for this event as well. That will have encounters with Burmy and Nimble, making this the best way to hunt Shundo, Nimble, and Low Kicks. Now as far as the wild spawns go, we are going to get these following Pokemon in the wild. A few things to note here: catching Paris will get you more Stardust than a normal catch, so a good one to catch whenever you see it. Flabébé, if you don't know, has two global forms, white and orange, which are rare encounters. Then the regional forms, so the red flower Flabébé will only be appearing in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. The blue flower Flabébé will only be appearing in the Asia Pacific region, and then the yellow flower Flabébé will be appearing in the Americas. Now this is a useful Pokemon to have. Its evolution Florges is a good fairy type for GBL, ranking highest in the Ultra League and Master League. There will also be 2-kilometer event eggs for this one. In here we are going to see these Pokemon in the hatch pool. Remember, you have to get these eggs after the event starts. Any ones you have from before will have their original hatch pool, not this new one. In here we have Togepi, which evolves into Togekiss, which is a good budget fairy type raid attacker and a decent Master League fairy type as well. Meryl evolves into a Azumarill, which is very good in the Great League, ranking number 17. Badoo evolves into Roserade, which is a good poison type raid attacker. There aren't many of them, ranking number 4 overall. And then the rest of them there are basically just a shiny hunt. There is also going to be a free timed research for this event as well, so make sure to check that and complete it. It will give XP, Pokeballs, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon, likely a Nimble encounter or two in there as well, which is another good shot at that Shundo. Now in terms of the GBL Cups, we are going to continue to have Great League and the Jungle Cup Little Edition until February 4th. Then it switches out to Ultra League and Love Cup until February 11th. Next up, let's take a look at the max battles for the week. Here is what we're going to have for the week that we can go after. We're going to have Squirtle, Machop, Krabby Baby, Moltres, get that deep fried chicken shiny while it lasts, and Sobble, the saddest water starter. Now Moltres is obviously one of the best ones to go after here. It doesn't take too much. You just have to power up some counters. We'll go over those in a second, and have a party of 2, maybe 3 people. You don't need a whole bunch. Definitely a good one to go after, but some other good ones in here are Squirtle, Machop, and Krabby. Now in terms of max Mondays, these happen every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. We have one max battle taking over all the power spots. That is going to be Moltres for this Monday. So let's take a look at our Moltres counters here. Now these are the top ones in terms of damage. And if you need a few more to fill out your team past those, here are the next top counters you can use to take on Dynamax Moltres. Now, as I said, if you're going after it, you do want something tanky as well. If you're trying to do it solo, you probably want to go tank attacker. And if you're doing it with friends, you want to have one person focus on being the tank. They can shield up and take those hits while the rest of you do damage. Here are the good ones as far as tanks go. Now keep in mind, Moltres with Overheat and Fire Blast will hit very hard. If you happen to get those movesets, what you can do is back out of the max battle and then go back into that same max battle and you'll re-roll the moveset. You can do that until you get one that is easier to beat. All right, next up, let's take a look at the Spotlight Hour. These happen every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. This week, we are going to have Carvana with 2x Evolution XP. What you can do here is you can save up those small evolution ones, things like Pidgey, Pidove that only take 12 candies to evolve. throw in a lucky egg, evolve all of them, and get a decent amount of XP. This is a really OG way of grinding XP. All right, next up, let's take a look at our raid bosses for this week. We are going to continue to have Dialga until February 6th. At that point, it's going to switch out to Enamorus Incarnate form, which will stick around until February 17th. Enamorus can't be shiny yet. And then in terms of the Mega Raids, we're going to have Mega Medicham until February 6th. And then it's going to switch out to Mega Tyranitar, which will stick around until February 17th. Mega Tyranitar, a very good rock and dark type raid attacker. So definitely a good one to go after, get some decent IVs and get that Mega Energy. Now, when we switch over to Mega Tyranitar, here are your top counters you can use. Keep in mind that Mega Tyranitar being rock dark type means it is double weak to fighting, taking 256% damage. So really just throw in your best fighting types if you have to fill out your roster past these top ones. And then in terms of the Shadow Legendary raids on the weekend, we are going to have Shadow Regirock coming in, and that does mean our raid hour, which happens every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. is going to be Dialga one more time. Now in terms of the top counters for Dialga, here's the top 7, Mega Lucario being the top Mega or Primal, and then once you've picked your Mega or Primal, here are the next top 10 counters excluding the Megas, so you can fill out the rest of your roster. All right, everybody, that's all the information I have for you in this video. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments down below or pop on over to our Discord. Lots of knowledgeable people in there. It's a great resource for Pokemon Go. But right now we have to say a huge thank you to our mythical members, High Five Louise, Liam, King's Lounge, Body on a Planet, and Kate. Thank you to them for supporting the channel at the mythical level, as well as all of our members and all of you who come and watch the videos. Come and watch the live streams, whether you lurk or chat. Hit that like and subscribe button. All that stuff is super helpful. Very grateful for you. I hope you get yourself some nice shinies during this week, and we'll see you in the next one, friends.
I've got something incredibly funky.